to the interview room. Muzzy checking in the times here. How you all doing? Alright, let's begin. Let's have a chat about the fact that I want to interview the best fighters in the world, and that's that. Had a lot of guests from everywhere, all across the globe. Fighters tell me.
How are we, guys? Mudzy here from Muay Thai Interviews once again. And my next guest I'm really excited to talk to. He's my first Thai. He started training Muay Thai at the age of 8 years old. He is a former Channel 7 Stadium champion, which is regarded as one of the most prestigious belts in all of Muay Thai. In November last year, he won the Rebellion 65 kilogram 8-man tournament, but he didn't even really train that hard for it. And over the past 5 years or so, he's called Sydney, Australia home, where he is a trainer and an integral part of PTJ gym. I'm joined by, if you go by his birth name, it's Chawalit Yodpongsa, or you may all know him by the name as Singpayak PTJ Muay Thai, which is his fight name. I'm joined by Singpayak. How are you, buddy?
Good, thank you.
How's it all going in Australia, Sydney back there, mate?
Yeah, it's pretty good, thanks.
Mate, thanks for taking the time out to have a chat with me. I'm having a chat with my first Thai superstar. I'm pretty excited. Mate, you were born and raised in Thailand. Whereabouts in Thailand did you grow up?
I was born in Singpayak, Thailand. It is the northeast of Thailand.
And did you train, training at 8 years old, did you train because you wanted to, or did you train because you wanted to help your family out?
A little bit of both. I watched, when I was young, my dad used to take me to watch the fight. And yes, I choose my life to fight. I said to my dad, my mom, I want to fight and to help my family as well. That's only one things I can do back then.
And was your family excited when they said you wanted to fight, or did they have a little bit of like reservation, like, oh, maybe you're too young, maybe just wait a bit?
Yes, that's it. They're too scared to me to get hit to enjoy.
Yeah.
So they say I'm too young to starting fighting, but I crying by that time. So I'm crying. I just say, oh, I just want to fight. Maybe once in my life, never know. But lucky I won the first fight, and I'm very happy with that. And my family just accept that. Oh yeah, allow me to keep fighting again.
And now they must be stoked with you. You've made an actual career out of it. You've come to Australia. You're able to help yourself out, help your family out. It's a win-win situation for both you and your parents.
Yeah, I hope so. Thanks.
What was growing up in Thailand like for you as a child, and how old were you when you had your very first fight?
My life growing up, my parent is a farmer, so that's a lot of fun, but also tough life. Yeah. My first fight when I was 8 years old.
So how many months after you started training did you have your first fight?
No, not even month. It's about 10 days. Not in Thailand. Yeah, it's about 10 days. So in Thailand, Muay Thai all around you. You can learn that even watching. Not you will see the kids don't need to train them. They already know how to guard up, standing, yeah, because they learn from watching a lot, and that's how I learn and practice maybe 10 days. Yeah.
That is unbelievable, mate. That's when, and you won your first fight. That's when you knew you must have been onto something quite good there.
Yeah.
So how old were you when you won your very first belt, and at what weight was that? How many kilos did you weigh?
My first belt is Ex champion or North Eastern Thailand champion when I was 17 years old. That where division is 53 kilogram back then. Yes.
So can I just ask, going off script here, how many fights have you had altogether now?
Ooh. I can't remember. I think about 200 fight. Yes,
So
about. No one can. I count. I don't think the Thai fighter counting the record like every fight,
yeah,
because sometimes that happen in one day. You can fight 2 times, 3 times, like Songkran festival or New Year or something like that. They have many plans of Muay Thai show all around the countries,
yeah,
and that time you have to help to promoter as well, because they need fighter to fight. So if to keep the relationship with them, because they help us to fight, give us fight, and yeah,
so
sometimes can
when-
fight 2 show in one day, 3 show in one day. Sometimes that happen to Thai as well.
So when you're in Thailand, what's the most times you've fought in 1 week?
1 week, about five
Really?
times.
What, every day, or like you
Yeah.
fight 2 or 3 times in one day, 1 or twice, and then have a break and then fight a couple of days later?
I've been in my life 3 times in one day.
Wow.
3 times in one day. But that happened to me a lot is 2 times in one night or one day. 2 times. Yeah. Like Songkran festival, we have like from 10 to 20 that day, every day Muay Thai. And that's very good for fighter as well, that they can make a lot of money as well.
So you've had over 200 fights. How many fights do you tell the Australian promoters you've had? Like what, 70? So you can get fights in Australia?
They pretty much know that already.
Yeah.
I think in my mind, I think how many fight doesn't matter. It's about how good you fight with, how good the fighter you are.
Yeah.
So if you ask someone fight in Thailand, like local fight, or 400 fight,
Yeah.
but they're still not as good as should be.
Yeah.
If you ask Lumpini fighter, they might have just turn up to 60, 70 fight,
Yeah.
but then the best, like champion already. Yeah, the fight is just like you playing soccer,
Yeah.
It's like football or something like that. Doesn't matter how many times you go on the field, but how good you are. That's all.
Yeah, because I know you probably know him. One of my friends in Chiang Mai, Siui
Yeah,
Saw
Siui.
Chai. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was talking to him, and he told me he's probably had like over 400 fights, maybe close to 500 fights in his life. But when I watched him fight on Max Muay Thai, they said he's only had like 170 fights or something like that. They had to bring his fight record down to fight foreigner.
Yeah. Yes. That's right.
Yeah, it happens a lot. So what I wanted to ask you was, when you fought at Channel 7 Stadium and you won the belt, what was that experience like, and how did you feel leading up to the fight? Like, were you happy, excited, nervous, scared?
When I win the Channel 7 champion,
Yeah.
yeah, the belt, yeah, that was 130-pound belt and Channel 7 champion. So yeah, I'm crying in the ring. So that's my dream when I was 8 years old. I started fight because of watching the fight in Channel 7. And I tell to myself, I want to fight there once in my life. I just want to make it. And that, like, it's almost 20 years, like 15, 16, I can't remember. Yeah. About 16, 17 years later, and then you make it. That happened. So that moment just like unbelievable. So I can do it better than I thought. Yeah.
And like before the fight, before you had the fight, were you nervous? Were you excited? Were you scared? How were you feeling?
Yes, very excited because my first my first champion fight in Channel 7, I lost against him. So this time rematch again. I was training harder, everything just harder and harder, extra to get me stronger to against who I have lose before, Yeah, very exciting, but also like push a lot of pressure on that.
Yeah. And one thing I wanted to ask you, out of all the 200 plus fights that you've ever had, who has been the hardest opponent for you, and why were they the hardest opponent?
I had a lot of I fight with tough opponent, but the hardest one I think Tuan Pe Kiet Kom Sing. Yes, never easy to win this guy. This yeah, doesn't matter how hard you hit, how good, how strong, how whatever you do, he's always there. He's gotta be there. He's just keep going and keep pushing you. You gotta be tired. Like I have to push, like not just technical,
Yeah.
fitness, like physical, everything, brand work, everything. That's the tough one, the hardest one. I think.
Did you fight him? Was that on Channel 7 or was that another show in Thailand?
In Channel 7.
Channel 7, okay. And when you were at the peak of your career, when you were at the height of your career as Channel 7 champion, how hard were you training, and what was a normal day training for you back then when you were Channel 7 champion?
Our training is pretty much same thing, but it's just by the time, we're doing something over and over and over and over. It's just like pop up. Everything you can't do just like 1 month, 2 months, or 1 year, 2 years. I spent that time more than 10 years, and then just like get stronger this time. So our training pretty much the same as the first start, like morning running 10K, after that a little bit skipping, pad work, back work, 5 rounds, sometimes 3 rounds, 5 rounds, and then in the morning we do a lot of weight training, body training, like push up, pull up, sit up, and kind of stuff like that. And in the afternoon, that the hard in the afternoon one, that's a hard one, hard training. So
the afternoon is hard.
A little bit of run, like short run. Short run, not too short, but about 3-4 kilometers running, and after that skipping, back work for 3 rounds. Sometimes can go 5 rounds, and then pad work, about 5 rounds or 7 rounds. Can go up to 7 rounds. Yes, when I'm training hard, I have 7 rounds, and then after that, sparring or clinching every day. Can be like that, and never sparring. When you have fight on, so your friend mate gonna push a lot in your body, you never sparring one-on-one or clinching one-on-one.
You spar everyone.
They have to be the bigger guy to you, and then like around, make it around 1 minute they can take a break, and I just stay in middle, around, and then go around, and then go around. So that's the hardest one. And after that, it's just like skipping knee or push kick, or like doing some technical afterward.
Yep.
And then stretching. Yes.
Yeah, nice. That sounds quite intense. And people listening out there that want to change up their training, you were doing the same thing for 15, 16, 17 years, and it worked for you.
Yes.
And shortly after you won the Channel 7 Stadium belt, you moved to Sydney, Australia, where you received a scholarship to study and teach the art of Muay Thai. Would you be able to talk about how you won that scholarship and what does the scholarship involve?
Yes. Firstly, I have to explain that scholarship for. Scholarship is for study 1 year. 1 year free study English in Sydney, Australia. I get it because the people giving scholarship wants to promote the Muay Thai, and I only I think they think I can promote the Muay Thai in Australia. So I'm pretty lucky to get that. Yes. And I moved here and study.
Nice, mate. And when you first came to Australia, how did you find living in a different country with different surroundings and different culture and having to fit in with the Australian way of life?
Oh my God. This is a hard one. Australia, everything just like, everything just different. So different with Thailand. First move here, the weather. Woo, cold. I don't have even my jacket or jumper on me because I didn't think that gotta be that cold. Yeah, I live in Thailand and don't need jumper at all. So move here. The first one is the weather because I come on late winter by that time, yeah. And then everything just hard because back then I can't even like speak English at all, not at all, zero my English, and food, everything just so different. It's hard to start, but get used to afterward.
And it would have been different because like in Thailand, you can just hop on your scooter, no helmet, go down the street, buy some food, come back.
Yeah, that's right. If you want to eat here, you take like 30 minutes to go to restaurant, 30 minutes on the way back, 1 hour stay there eating and ordering. In Thailand, is everything just like ready for you. Just walk out maybe 2 minutes and then get food, eat, come back. 10 minutes, that's max.
Yeah.
But in here, you walk out. No, you can't walk. You have to take a ride or bus or train to get to Thai restaurant. Yeah. If you wanna eat something else, it's just like you have to. It's far away anyway.
And since living in Australia, have you got your driver's license or anything like that, or you still take the bus and the trains and everything?
I take the bus and train.
Okay. No worries.
Yeah. I can't drive.
Should get Andy or Art to teach you.
Yeah. They take me many times. I do my driving license once, but I fail. So I have to.
That's right.
It's very hard. It's in English too. So the knowledge test, the learning one.
That's right.
I'm not even past that. Yeah, I gotta do that again soon though.
That's okay, Sing. I'll tell you a secret. It took me 4 goes. I got my my motorbike license in Thailand. It took me 4 goes to do the theory test on the computer test online. It took me 4 goes. I got it.
You make me feel better now. I have another 3 change then.
Because when I was doing the test, I would think like I was riding a scooter in Australia, and I'm like, no, that's wrong. And then so when I do the test the 3rd time, I think like, I seen the time or someone in Thailand do that. Yeah, you can do it. Yes, and correct, you can do it. And then so I'd stay there, and all the answers I got wrong, I'd take a photo on my phone on the screen, and then they'd let me do the test again, and then I'd pull my phone out, and because they'd be literally like the same questions again. So I'd just look at the questions and the ones that I got wrong, I'd have them on my phone and just go type them in. They're like, yes, you got 47 out of 50, you pass.
Yeah. Everything different. Yeah, different countries, different law.
Yeah, it is very different. And did you at any point seriously consider leaving Australia to go back to Thailand because maybe you were homesick? And if so, what made you decide not to and stay in Australia?
Yes, I did. My first year, that's pretty tough year because it's everything hard, you know. Yeah, I never moved to other country before. Australia is my first one and only one. I moved back then. I can't even understand people, and people don't understand me. So that's normal because homesick, you know, miss friend, miss family, miss anything over there. Like not just everything, you know, weather, food, just easier. But yeah, a lot of my friend helping, like the fighter at the gym, Andrew and Art. Lucky they speak Thai. They can speak Thai. They're helping a lot for me as well. And yeah, so I went back. I in my mind, I think I should go back to Thailand, but I went back a few times. I think, oh no, I gotta push myself. I have to learn English, learn more English, and because in Sydney, in Australia, is better future, you know. I decided to come back.
And speaking, I'm not going to mention any names, but I spoke to a couple of your friends from PTJ Gym when they came to Chiang Mai, and they told me a little story about you that you all went out somewhere in the city one evening, I think maybe this year or last year, and you know, in Australia, everyone, like say you have 3 or 4 people, one person buy everyone beers, and then the next person buy everyone, and everyone buy everyone. That you went out drinking with them, and when one of them wasn't looking and he'd go to the toilet or something, you would pour your beer into his beer, and then you would say, oh, I've finished. So he'd be drinking, and you ended up making him vomit by the end of the night, I heard.
I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah.
I can't tell. Yes. Yeah. Because my body like this, you know, I'm small guy, and then I can't drink a lot. If I keep drinking like that too, and my life not drink as much, you know. I'm fighting all the time back then, and then just start drinking when I moved here.
Do you think
I start drinking when I was?
Sorry, do you think Australians, we drink more than Thai people, or Thai people drink more than Australians in the culture?
Depend on the people, because some Thai drink a lot too, some Thai, but for me, I never drink before because fighting keep my body fit, so I can't drink until I turn 20. I move here, people make me drink. Like my friends, go sing, cheer me on. So I start drinking here, but not as much as they are.
That's a good little trick you got there. Sing when you go out with people. Wait till they sneak off to the toilet and top up their drink and come on, I've finished.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to ask you, in terms of Muay Thai and the way it's run, what are the differences you have found between Thailand and Australia?
First one, the timing. In Thailand, we're training like long hour.
Yeah.
So we're more relaxed, you know. More relaxed. But in here, because everyone working, everyone rushing, you know, a lot of things to do in one day. So they don't have that much time. They have to fix it in 1 hour, 2 hours. That's still not enough. And people training here is different goal. In Thailand, a lot of people training. Most people training for fighting, but in here, people training for like keep fit.
Yeah.
Keep body fit, stay healthy, and learn self-defense. Yeah.
That's
It's a little bit different. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome, mate. And one thing I wanted to ask you is, when you're fighting, what are the differences you've noticed between when you fight Thais and when you fight foreigners or Falangs?
Fight Thai is hard on your brain. You have like to be tricky a lots of technical like little things, you know. But foreigners, they're more aggressive, hard on your body. Like you have to moving, you have to do things all the time. So yeah, Thai more relaxed, but little thing can change the game. Little trick. But foreigners, they're more aggressive, more tiring, I think. Depend on the level, but
Yeah, I've noticed that when I spar Thais. Like if you play this game with the Thai, the sabai and they go kick for kick, punch for punch or whatever. If you play that with the Thai, 9 times out of 10, the foreigner not going to win the tit for tat game with Thai. But you just have to keep pressure. But if you play the sabai,
Thai fighter, they're pretty good at defense.
yeah,
It's not just attack, you know. I think defense is very important for Muay Thai defense thing. So it doesn't,
and
it's very good.
yeah, and since you've been fighting in Australia, what's the lowest weight you've fought at, and what's the heaviest weight? How many kilo you've fought at?
The lowest weight I fought was 61 kilogram, and the highest one is 70.
70. What do you walk around? What's your normal walk around weight? No dieting, no sauna, no training.
67.
67. Okay, so you fight around 65 kilos, so you only have to cut about 2 kilos.
Yes.
And when you cut weight, when you cut the couple of kilos, how do you do that? You run in a sweatsuit, you sauna, you just train?
2 kilos, you don't need to do sauna, don't need to run like cut weight. Just no eat for one day. That's it. Yeah. Because running make your body tiring.
Yeah.
Make my body tiring, yeah. And you're gonna get sore afterward. If that easy, if like 1 or 2 kilos, just not eat for like one day, maybe, depend on the body of people. But for me, if that easy, like 1 or 2 kilo, just not eat better. Because if running, I'm gonna get sore my leg. If do more exercise, it's gonna be like stiff your body. Just not eat, because you take a long rest. For me in Thailand, I were in about 6-7 hours, and then I fight on the same day. Yes, about 7 hours fight. So that's why I need to like exercise a lot. But this here, after wedding, you can fill up very quickly as well. Like it take more than 22 hours to recover.
Yeah, okay. And I believe the only fights you've lost in Australia is against another fellow Thai in Apisit. He's also a former Channel 7 fighter, where he stopped you with a cut. And also against Reece Saliba, you injured your leg in that fight. Has there ever been any talks about rematch with either two of those fighters?
Rematch with Apisit, yes, we can do that if the promoter wants to, but it's gotta be hard because he went back to Thailand already. He lives in Thailand now, so I live in Australia. If I go back to Thailand, it's not gonna work for the promoter. And if they take a visit come over here, maybe that can happen. We spoke about that sometime. With Reece, I think he's too big for me. He has to drop down 67 at least to fight with, because when I fought with him, I fought like 70 kilos weight division, or he can cut his arm out, one arm, and fight with me. So then we fair fight for me.
I bet you know when you fought in the last November in the 8-man 65 kilogram. I bet you were secretly hoping that you were going to fight Apposite in that tournament to try and avenge your loss.
Yes.
Didn't go according to plan. You had to fight Singpayak instead.
We went different line.
Yeah.
So that fight is quite lucky for me too.
Yeah. And for a while there, when you were in Australia, you decided to retire from fighting just to focus on becoming a better trainer. What made you decide to change your mind and start fighting again?
Yeah, I stopped fight because I want to be just a full-time trainer. So when training a lot of people and then training myself, it's gotta be like this. It's very, very hard. It's very hard for the body, tiring, everything. Yeah, big day, too much. And I decided to stop because like I'm lazy to train. That's it. Because training people, that's not easy job, mate. That's a hard one as well. Like different people, some people smaller, good. Some people are training like 80, 90 kilos. Yeah, that's hard one. After I stopped, my weight is going up to 72. Yeah, it's not healthy at all. Eating shit food, drinking, like went out. It's not no goal to looking at, you know. And after I went up, everything like I used to do it, I starting do it again with my fighter. It's not work because something little, you know, not fast enough. Yeah, not fast enough, not strong enough, not like everything just going down. After that, I know that now. I have to keep fighting because if I don't have fight up, I'm not gonna train for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been training for 20 years. It's fun, but it's no reason to push myself again. So I have something on to looking forward to it. So that's make me train, and then now I come back to where I were before.
Yeah. Okay. And just going off script a little bit, what's your plans? Do you plan like, say for the next 5 years, do you plan to stay in Australia and keep training and keep fighting, or would you at some point in your life like to move back to Thailand and teach Muay Thai back there, or you want to stay in Australia for long term?
I think I'm gonna stay in Australia long term.
Yeah, nice.
That's my plan. Yeah, it's better future anyway.
Yeah.
Back then, not much thing to do. So the lucky I can get a job is just trainer, and that's not enough.
Yeah.
That's not enough. Yeah. So I just want, my plan just stay here, build my life up. Maybe when I get older, like 40, 50 or 60. Yeah.
And on more than one occasion, you've saved a few promoters in Australia by jumping in as a last-minute replacement. Where I think the last time you did that was on Domination, where you fought basically on 24 hours notice. What was that like? And I think a lot of promoters would be dearly thanking you for saving their promotions.
Depend on the opponent. My opponent depend on the show. So that happened to me many times too. Yeah, sometimes I have to cut a lot. Not a lot though. Sorry, but maybe 1 or 2 kilos. Sometimes I have to eat up.
Yeah,
that's not even up. Yeah, depend on the show. But I do my best because short notice I can't cut a lot of it. Maybe 1 or 2, that's enough. If lower than that, I can make it. Yeah, just look at myself and then say what I can do, what I can help. Yeah, what I can't. Yeah.
And do you ever get nervous before a fight? Because when I watch you, you looked very, very calm, collected, relaxed, sabai. Do you ever get nervous, or is it just like any other day, just a normal day for Singpayak?
not just normal day. Yeah, it's can't say that, but it's still nervous. Nervous. Everyone same thing. Yeah, before you playing soccer or football, yeah, you're always nervous, but not as much as before because you have more experience.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And you also referee. You're referee and a judge in Australia. How do you
Yes.
think Australian referees compare to against the rest of the world? And are you happy with the level of refereeing and judging here in Australia, or do you think certain things could be improved and made better?
the rest at the world I don't know about that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, the judging and refereeing in Australia it depend on the show. I think depend on the show. Depend on the judging, refereeing. It depend on people. Yeah, some show the high score with kicking. Some
Yeah.
show the high score with punching.
With punching.
Depends. Some.
How do you think we can improve, and what do you think needs to be done to make the improvements?
They need to watch a lot of Muay Thai. You know, some judging or refereeing, they watch a lot of like kickboxing, MMA, other sport, and then Muay Thai as well, and then judging this sport. You know, you have to learn a lot of Muay Thai to judging Muay Thai, not learn other stuff to judging Muay Thai because it's different rules, different game. So if you want, like, if the ref or judge want to be better, have to watching more that sport you're doing.
Good answer, mate. Good answer. Now, I want to talk about, have you got any, I know you've got one fight lined up, have you got any fights lined up, and what's the plans for the rest of the year for you?
Yeah, I am fighting in October 7 in Thailand. Yeah, I'm going back to university where I was. I used to train there. Yeah, they asked me to come back to fight to help them.
Yep.
Like, because I grew up there and make my name there. A lot of people know me there, you know, my hometown. So it will be better if I go back and fight. I think people gonna come to watch. Yeah, and the rest of the year, I hope I can get another fight follow.
And do you know, when you go back to your university, are you fighting a Thai or a Falang?
Falang.
Oh,
Foreigner.
So
Yes.
easier for you than a Thai then, eh?
Oh, 70. Never easy.
What, 70 kilos you're fighting?
Not weighing as well. Like, hard to explain, but yeah, it's quite big, very, very big. We'll see.
Will your sleekness and your skills outclass the aggression of the foreigner? We'll find out.
Yeah, if I that way.
Mate, if people want to follow you or stay up to date with your latest fighting and training, or they want to come train with you at PTJ Muay Thai, how can people get a hold of you?
Yeah, they can follow me on my Instagram, Sing Muay Thai, Facebook page, same name, Sing Muay Thai. Just message me on inbox or anything. Yeah, comment something like that. So, or come to PTJ Muay Thai gym. I'm working here 6 days a week. Yeah.
Awesome, mate. And last but not least, anyone you wish to thank or give a shout out to?
Firstly, thank you first to give me opportunity to explain, like sharing my knowledge, sharing my lifestyle. And thank you to my family back then to accept and allow me to fight. I hope they feel better now. Thank you all my trainer, like back to Thailand as well, every trainer. Thank you to my teacher at my university. like at my university, Rajapat Jombung in Thailand, to given me opportunity to move here. Thank you, MTT Australian Center, for giving me a scholarship to move here. That has changed my life till now. Thank you, PTJ Muay Thai Gym, my boss Andrew Panam and J.Art Korean barbecue. We call her Korean barbecue because she loved that. She taking us to Korean barbecue a lot. It's not her restaurant though, just paying. And thank you all my friends back last 5 years to helping me a lot as things to do, like language, helping me everything. That's it.
Well, Mr. Singpayak, I want to thank you because you're a testament to what can happen with hard work, dedication. You know, 5 years ago you came here, you couldn't speak an ounce of English, not even a couple of words, and now we've sat here for 40 minutes and we've had a conversation, and I've understood you perfectly, and I'm sure everyone else does. So, mate, just keep going, and you can only get better from here. But what you've achieved already in Australia and with your fighting and everything is nothing short of exceptional, mate. So thank you for the time, and thank you for our chat, mate. I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
No worries, man. Thank you.
But I'm on 8 limbs, I'm just asking from the heart. So as I conclude this interview, thanks so much for sitting through. Loved all the fighters and the folks that listen. This for you.